pretty vocal, predominantly because that's how I was raised. The women in my family, though lower to middle class, if you call it that, if you call migrant farm working, getting 25 cents for every bushel of tomatoes that you got, lower middle class, were very vocal, very strong. Never was I told that I could not do whatever I wanted to. Obviously, as always, a Latina mother always says, "You're gonna be a lawyer con tonta boca," right? Or a politician, yeah. Right? Because you just keep on talking, and you question everything, and you do all that. Very difficult not to be that way when you come from a family of 9, and 6 of them are boys, including my father, who is number 7. You grow up to be very strong, and if you want to be heard, you've got to be really, really, really loud. And of course, like any typical child, when your parents say you're going to be a lawyer or a politician, what's the first thing you do? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm going to be. I don't care what you say, that's not what I'm going to be. So I've always tried to avoid the political arena, though because of my mannerism and who I am, I've always been involved in some facet of volunteerism. As a little girl with my grandmother, she used to work at a nursing home, which I thought was the most bizarre thing. She's 86 and she's pushing around people that are 50, 60 years old, and that's how we kind of started, volunteering at the church, come to Ohio State, I'm a member of a fraternity, and it just kept on going, Prior to Lily being the director, we had Ezra Escudero, who I was a member of Alpha Psi Lambda with, so we were fraternity brother sister, and back there, and he kept saying, "Ramona, I want you to be one of my commissioners. I want you to be a commissioner." I'm like, "No, Ezra, nope, not going to be political, not going to be political, I'm not political, I'm not political." Over and he chased me down for about, I would say 3 or 4 weeks, kept on saying, "This is what I need, I need support, I need people." And I'm like, "Ezra, you know that I have a big mouth. You know that I'm going to come in and I don't want to agree, I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to get in trouble, and people are not going to like me." He kept on going because that's exactly what I need. I need somebody that's going to look to make sure that things are going the right way, that we're doing the things that we need to be doing, and holding people accountable. So needless to say, he won, and he got me involved with the commission. I was a commissioner for 2 years. I actually was a vice chair for my 2nd year, and that helped me kind of see the political process, see how much effect you have, and it also made me angry. It made me angry that we didn't have enough Latinos. The purpose and reason of the coalition being built is because we don't have any elected officials in Franklin County. We have very little in other counties around Ohio. I heard that the school board was looking to replace an empty seat. I got interviewed, had some very good supporters. One sitting right next to me, Ms. Lupe Velasquez, who they reached out to, and luckily she said that I'm all right. She didn't say don't take her in. Also Lillian Williams, who's not here with us today, who sits on the Democratic committee, and I was selected. And I was like, all right, that's great. Get on the board, start learning the ropes, and even though they asked me in the interview, would you run for political office when your term ends, I said, yeah. Not realizing that I actually have to run. I'm like, wait a minute, that means I have to run like campaign with the signs and the stickers and the whole 9 yards. Many people do not know that Latinas have been driving a lot of organizations and political organizations here in Columbus. A couple years ago, it was 6 or 7, many Latinas started the Ohio Hispanic Chamber of Columbus. Adelante was started by many, many Latinas. The Ohio Hispanic Coalition was started by many Latinas. Ochla was started by some Latinas. Adelante was started and restarted by Latinas. The Ohio Latino PAC was started by Latinas. So I guess the question is, what have the Latinas not contributed to in the political process in Columbus? We need to continue to provide our voice. And one thing I'll let you know, one of the things that I always look at every year, and the reason I said my statement earlier at lunch about making sure that we support each other and making sure that even though there's an opportunity to share what you have. Every day when I go home, especially after a school board meeting, I always pray, God, help me be humble. That the opportunity that I was given wasn't given to me because I'm Ramona Reyes. You know, it wasn't given to me because I have some magic coin or some special power that's any different than anybody else. You know, that I have some hierarchical or some special power that nobody else can be in my position. Because if that were true, then we wouldn't have prior school board members and many people that are behind me. So making sure that I'm humble and you know, it's hard. I'm going to date myself, but if anybody, and probably show my geekiness, but if everyone's ever heard what's that, Mac, that song, Lord, it's hard to be humble. You know, every time, and I don't know, it's very geeky, but it comes to my head, and you know, it's because sometimes you think you're, and I'm going to be politically correct, you think you're the bomb, right? You think you've got it, you're it, and you go in there, and that's how you come. And the thing is, that's the way you come across. And as a school board member, and I know I get teased by my friends, Lupe and Diana, you know, when I take a picture, I'm going to get alcohol away from me. Don't put anything, because, you know, the thing is, I know that there's going to be kids seeing that picture. With Facebook, with all these things, make sure that what you're representing every day is truthful and honest and humble, because other people are going to see that. And it broke my heart the other day. I was talking to a gentleman, and he said, you know what? If Obama does not succeed, you will never see another person of color in that office. So when I was elected to this position, I make sure that whatever I say, when I ask a question, oh, that question better be good. When I represent myself in the school board, I need to represent myself. And I know there's a lot of role models, a lot of basketball players. I'm not anybody's role model. Don't look at me. You know, I can do whatever I want. It's not my responsibility. I'm sorry to tell you, but it is. Because your success will define and create the path for that next person that wants to come behind you. And if you think differently, you're wrong. So when you come out as a person that gets caught with a DUI, and you come out as a person that's drugging, you know, a person that cannot ask an intelligent question, when that appointment comes up again and your fellow sister comes and interviews, they're going to say, you know what? She's going to be just like Ramona. Why would we even consider her? So Latinos are very important. I'm the only elected Latina, but I don't think it's because we don't have electable, or I don't think that's a word, women that can be elected. I think it goes back to what Lily was saying, is we always think that we can't do it. We always think there's not enough time. People always say, well, I can't do this because I'm doing this. Well, I can't do this because I'm doing this. You see 3 women up here, and if you know even a minute little part of what the 3 of us are involved in, you always have time. You'd be amazed how much time you actually have. I think what's very, very important is that we not only show up to city council, to school board, to commission, to areas where bills are going to be held, but we really need to make sure that we apply, we make sure that we have advocates. Make sure you're involved with whatever political party you choose to be involved with, or be involved with all of them. Because if you don't have, again, a voice at that political party, if they don't know who you are, running for office is going to be very difficult. Getting endorsed by a political party is going to be very difficult, because they're going to say, well, who are you, and why would I endorse you, who I've never seen before, versus so-and-so who comes to all my meetings, who's done literature drops, who's gone out there and advocated for such and such candidate. If you don't show up and you don't have that, it's going to be very, very difficult to be involved as a candidate. So though I've seen it improve, especially in Toledo and Cleveland, I still think we have a lot of work to do, and the only way we can do that is by making sure that we are showing up where it's necessary, and network and having the right advocates for you.